geht's jetzt weiter mit Slay the Princess. Und ich will mal schauen. Ich glaube, ich bin hier schon alle Wege gegangen, die ich gehen kann innerhalb von meinen Speicherstellen. Ich weiß nicht, was das hier ist. Into the basement.
Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I guess we'll just.
Ja.
You care that the jungle.
Ah, das ist hier. Okay, ich bin nicht sicher. Ich glaube, dass wir hier nichts anderes machen können. Tschüss.
You're faster than you were before.
You whirl around to find her, and you're gay, so she's cut off our escape. Oh, for the love of you've given up the game. Great. All that would do is hasten her victory.
So many useless thoughts run through your head. Thinking, thinking, thinking. You'll never hurt me if you keep thinking. I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants. Just run for the blade upstairs and slay her with it. Is that all the advice you have? We don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink. She's clearly not. She's coiling for another strike. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps.
Ich glaube, wenn ich Standstill macht, dann swallowt sie uns. Playdead hat sie uns auch geswallowed. Survive. Ich meine, Run for the Stairs habe ich schon versucht, glaube ich. Ja, okay. Ich glaube, das ist auch nichts. Wir gehen zurück zum Main-Menü. Und ich glaube, wir machen ein New Game.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way. A warning before you go any further. She will.
Ja, she will lie. Ich nehme jetzt das Messer.
You take the blade.
Ja, das Basement, weil ich habe ja keine andere Wahl.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Wenn ich es jetzt droppe... Ja, was ich drops.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I have reasons to think I just came here to kill someone without even knowing why. That'd be ridiculous. Do you know why I'm here to kill you? You're supposed to end the world. I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Es ist halt der gleiche Dialog, nur halt mit anderen Stimmlage.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
So you tell me no, but I'm sure they have the reason for keeping that info. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free. Fine. What do you want to know?
What's her name?
She hesitates before answering.
So yeah.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
How to get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Okay, ich gehe jetzt tatsächlich erstmal die Route, um sie zu befreien. Oh, ich könnte auch einfach gehen. Ich habe da... Weißt du was, ich speichere einfach. Ach, you know what, ich habe so viele Speicherplätze, ich nehme einfach nur 9. Why not? I'm getting you out of here, examine the chains.
Kidding. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Ich finde übrigens gerade die Musik ist ein bisschen penetrant laut. Oh.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay, I'm going to check upstairs.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met.
Ja.
You're here
Silence.
to slay.
Yep. Try the door. Das ist das gleiche. Return to the...
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Put your look down.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are
Yep.
too. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Das könnte ich beim nächsten Mal... Also das könnte ich bei dem Run ohne Waffe auch versuchen, sie einfach hier nicht zu warnen. Aber ich schätze einfach mal, dass es der gleiche Outcome sein wird.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
No, no, no.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
The Prisoner. Ist das
You're
das
on
gleiche
a path
Chapter?
in the woods, and you're here to slay her.
Why so viel Tricks?
Tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time. Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Yeah, proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Yeah. Did you just say wink out loud? No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Jetzt bin ich am Überlegen.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy
Oh,
woodland
ich glaube, das
retreat,
hatten wir noch nicht.
more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is...
Okay, ich speichere hier nochmal. Nicht Quicksave, ich will normal saven. Ich gehe ohne Waffe
afraid
rein.
I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon. Are you sure? What if she... I don't know... turns it against us. Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner. Yes, I'm sure. Turns it against you. She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay? I'm trusting you. Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go. Wonderful.
Okay, okay, ich hatte keine Wahl.
Keeping the knife in the front,
Gut.
proceeding to the basement.
Das
Don't worry about it.
macht's einfacher, theoretisch.
So what? It's not like we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone
Boah, ich glaube, das haben wir schon mal gesehen.
A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down
Oh.
the stairs and
Oh.
rise with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm trying not to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her. Leave the princess in the basement, sit with her. Oh mein Gott, okay. No, Taskleiste. Geh weg. Dann Nein, nicht starten. Dann überschreibe ich einfach das hier, weil da hatte ich ja keine Auswahl. Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. You do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you're told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions, what do you mean? I've been here. Ja, keine Ahnung.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that?
Oh? Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable information. It would have changed our actions considerably. I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. I won't. Fine. But you won't get another word from me on the matter. Yeah, sure. We'll see about that. Just give it a rest. This isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
How am I supposed to cut you out if you don't notice your if you don't notice your head is in shackles too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him. Possibly even more than we can't trust her. Whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this. Please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Oh, ich hoffe, das ist eine Option. Slay the princess, leave them in the basement, cut her own. Give her the knife. Oh mein Gott, ich habe ein paar Options. That I have as much reason to this. But giving you a weapon in case you forgot you killed me with it last time. I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you a weapon. Okay. Oh Gott, ich speichere einfach nochmal.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
Ich meine, wenn ein Schloss ist, wenn es einen Verschließmechanismus hat, muss es ja auch irgendwie wieder aufgehen können.
What if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am.
Inspector Shackles.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Yes.
Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now? Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve. That's horrible. It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information. Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch? No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Yep.
Did you know that this was going to happen to me?
No.
No. Okay. What do we do now?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Not one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
Okay, wait
You
in
and the
silence.
princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. You're waiting for something. Waiting for anything. This is so boring. There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing. But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there. Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it. How exactly does that work? It just does. But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same. If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work. I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first. A bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk. Remember?
Still rude.
Continue to wait in silence.
You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls. That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode. She hasn't starved. I guess she hasn't. Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
Das Schwert ist weg. Oder der Dolch, es war im Prinzip ja noch mehr ein Dolch wie ein
Until
Schwert.
suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And? I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin. And nothing bad had to
no.
happen to either of us.
Oh no.
So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
She's gone. And is that a...
The mirror, approach the mirror. Ignore him.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. You're right.
Clay. It's you. Ich bin nicht gewachsen. Proceed to the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Mhm. Ist alles, glaube ich, das gleiche, ne? Wait. Gift of a vessel is about that's head of here. I wanted to you know, but ich kann nicht fragen, was sie über diese Vessel denkt. We know each other.
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Okay. Das war jetzt einfach hinter einem anderen Dialog versteckt. Naja, okay. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond
Ach.
and that we are meant to reach them.
Oh, könnte es dran liegen, weil ich gesagt habe, a new game. Habe ich damit basically alles resettet?
There is no exit, but bring me more perspective.
Oh no.
You want
You're on a path in the woods, and you're here.
Shit. Warte mal, ich lade hier mal rein. Give it a knife.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
You tried this last time. Do you want to know how it went for you?
Oh, I remember. She killed us, which, by your estimation, ended the world, right?
Oh, well, he tried to take over, buddy.
Exactly. If I were you, I wouldn't be too keen on repeating your mistake. Hell, we could even force your hand and do it ourselves. I'm not afraid of dying again. Are you? A little. I think you got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
Watching. Watching.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, her smile unwavering as she soars through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches. There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Are you sure she's not winking at us?
Obviously not. She is thoroughly deceased. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please? Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world, right?
You don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things. The danger has passed. You can relax.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us. So can we leave already?
No, take the princess with you. Oh, Gottes Willen.
Fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
Ich habe auch gedacht, dass ich hier Movement gesehen habe, aber
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not? Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
leave the cabin and claim your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Oh, ja, falsche Taste. Weird. Yep. Approach the mirror. Ignore him.
This...
You're right.
Lip glaze. It's you. Proceed to the cabin. Approach her. What doesn't do you know the word behind? Okay, hier ist die Frage aber auch nicht. Normalerweise irgendwie hier unten. Egal, dann Gift of a Fragile Vessel.
Yes. This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart.
Okay, it's basically the
Do
same
not want
thing.
her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
What happens now?
Nothing. There is no exit. Bring me more.
Yup, okay, make me forget.
She asks, you won't.
Okay.
You're on a path.
Then we load.
Slide it over.
Okay, gib mir die Waffe nochmal.
Prince,
Thanks.
what? She
Was ist, wenn wir einfach
Close
wegschauen?
your eyes. That That doesn't stop you from hearing every grisly detail. The splitting of skin, the wet mulching of severed... I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job.
So that's her play.
Killing herself?
We don't know that she's dead yet. We're not even watching it
Uh-huh.
happen. She could just be faking those sounds.
And then, finally, you hear a snap and an uneasy silence. There is a slow and fleshy tear. Hard to fake that. This is worse than watching.
Yet our eyes are still closed.
Finally, there's the soft thud of something roughly head-sized bouncing against the floor, and the clattering of chains as they drop along with it. I think you can open your eyes now. Oh no, the princess's eyes.
Are you sure she's not?
Obvious eye. Of course, the princess is slain and
We should...
Okay. Und jetzt gehen wir einfach.
Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it.
With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. You can think of it as sealing yourself off from an unpleasant chapter of your life. It's all uphill from here.
The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows.
But if everything's gone, does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have it. And I suggest that you have it. Okay. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me.
Like hell it is.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No, this is the beginning of eternity. Your reward, like I just told you. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
Decades? No, it can't be decades. We can't go along with this. We can't let him win.
But
We
it's just...
still have a blade. Let's use it on ourselves and start over.
He's suggesting you kill yourself. You shouldn't kill yourself when you have an eternity of bliss right in front of you.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
Goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want?
I don't have to answer that.
That's all we needed to hear.
You raise the blade, then drive it into your heart. You collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Okay, bekommen wir dann jetzt ein neues Chapter? Ja, Chapter 3, The Grey.
You're on a path
Oh.
in the woods.
See, that wasn't so bad. And now we've got another chance to get to the bottom of things.
There are so many more threads to pull once you stop feeling. That's a little dark, buddy. You feeling okay? I'm feeling nothing. And I like that just fine.
He's not wrong. Sentimentality won't help us here. We need scientific rigor.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2? It's our third. What gave it away? Your open discussions.
You came around on that awful fast. Have you just been pretending to forget every time?
I'm afraid not. Whatever other versions of me you've met in those other lifetimes were just that. Other versions of me. I just wish I'd been the first.
So you knew how all this worked. Why didn't you ever tell us? We could have used it to our advantage.
That's because there is no using it to your advantage. The more information you have, the harder it will be for you to succeed. You say that,
But we didn't have to do anything last time. She slew herself. It was nauseating. Yes. She cut off her head, and now she's dead. And I doubt she'll be able to do much of anything from the grave.
She cut off her head? Her head? Without you doing anything?
Yes.
Then why, pray tell, are you here? Oh, I know that one. We killed ourselves. Why?
Because you thought trying to stuff us away in a corner for eternity was a suitable reward.
Was it not? What better reward is there than eternal bliss? You should have been happy.
We weren't. We were bored.
You were bored. I was just unhappy. There were still answers that we needed to find. It was actually working. And you killed yourself. I can't believe it. You ruined everything. How does us dying ruin everything? What aren't you telling us? It just does. And I'm not telling you lots of things, but it's for your own good. It's for the good of everyone. It seems to me like keeping secrets didn't help you last time, so you should start talking. Fine, the world doesn't stay saved if you die. And if the world isn't saved, then that means she is dead.
Oh, now isn't that interesting? I assumed she'd just be a pile of old bones. But perhaps she's not. There's only one way to find out. We should go see her.
Let's try something different this time. We've already seen what happens when we slay her, and I'm not convinced that's a way out for us. I'm not even convinced there is a world to save.
It's raining. It wasn't raining the last time or the time before that. The whole path is different.
Yes, things are different, aren't they? If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time. Her influence? What's that supposed to mean? It means exactly what I said. Don't overthink it, or you run the risk of making your task so much more difficult than it has to be. And what is that supposed to mean? Forget I said anything. I've probably already made things worse, and I need to stop talking about this now before I definitely make things worse. Oh, come on, tell us your secrets. Haven't we been through enough? Don't we deserve to know? No. Is there a reason it would be raining?
If there is, it doesn't matter. If a bit of rain is the best her influence can conjure, then we have nothing to worry about. A drenched corpse is still a corpse.
What happens if you don't go to the
Find a
cabin?
way out eventually, and the world will still end. The only way this resolves is if you find her and slay her before that happens. We already know he wants us to slay her. Anything he says is tainted by his motivations.
Turn around and leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either. So long as we don't just do the same thing again. That would be boring.
Yeah, proceed to the cabin.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright? What we do is entirely up to us.
And we have all those mysteries to unravel. Isn't that right?
You aren't here to solve a mystery, you're here to save the world. That's what you say. But how can we be sure?
We can't be sure of anything except what's right in front of us.
Okay, but we should care about the fate of the world.
Why?
Because we should. I don't know. It's important.
Is it?
Yes. I think. Don't let them make you second guess yourself. The fate of the world is the most important thing there is. For all we know, the world you're talking about isn't even real. Of course it's real. Where do you think you are? Somewhere else?
Maybe we are.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await. As soon as you enter the cabin, you're struck by an overwhelming scent of decay, of mold and death and stagnant water. The once stately wooden building is bloated, its beams dripping with a black ooze of putrefaction, all but the exterior stone walls warped beyond recognition. It must have been beautiful
in its ruin. It is beyond repulsive. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the rotting wood of the wall. Is that her? It's like she isn't even there. See? We killed her. You're right. Maybe she doesn't reset like us. She certainly doesn't look the same as she did last time. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room? But there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it. A mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Maybe it's gone because she already killed herself with it. But we had it with us when we died. And besides, everything else has reset. Why wouldn't the blade have reset too? Maybe it's because we've already explored that avenue. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
Push the mirror.
Make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. Yeah, we can see it now. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. No way left to go but down.
Enter the basement.
The door to the basement closed. The air is foul and wet, so thick that you can almost feel it settle onto your skin in layers of grime. The stairs are coated with slimy algae, the wood rotted through in places, reeking of fetid vegetation. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark waters. There she is again. Barely. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
Is anyone there?
Receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? I don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed. She doesn't seem fully there. I'm not sure she's even capable of being upset. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A bloated body floating face down in slowly rising waters. Her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead. She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick. Mostly. But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do? She isn't dead. You clearly just believe she is. Her corpse is floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind games. If she's dead, then do we even have to do anything? How can she be a threat to the world like this? Thoughts are cut short by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock. You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be
Warum sind sie jetzt lauter geworden?
death neutral, seems off the table. Yeah, This is tricky, but let's talk to her. See what kind of information she has that we don't. But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
Bold of you to come back here after what you did. You were supposed to take me with you. Didn't I ask you for help? This isn't help.
Why didn't you cross it on?
But she doesn't answer your question. All she does is watch you in shadowed
Oh
silence.
no.
Do you hear that trickling sound? The water's rising, isn't it? It is. And it's rising fast. Oh, that's interesting. We've never drowned before. I wonder how it'll feel. Bad, I bet. I don't think dying ever feels good. Yes, how astute. Dying is bad and you should avoid it. How about you stop trying to talk to her and do something instead?
Pathetic.
The water is rising faster now. It's flowing in from some unseen place, and judging by the height of the algae on the stairs, it has no intention of stopping anytime soon. You feel it creeping up your back, so cold that it steals the very warmth from your flesh, leaving a smothering numbness in its place. Are you really just going to stand there and let yourself die? Yeah, let's think. Where is it coming from? It's coming from some unseen place. Does it really matter where it's coming from? Because I can feel it rising. I don't think we have much time to sleuth. Yes, it matters. Maybe we can find a way out. Maybe we can figure out a way to make this work. This is just a puzzle. We can solve it. Some things aren't puzzles to be solved. Sometimes you're doomed from the start. Most people are. Yes, most people are doomed. But in case you need reminding, everyone will be doomed forever unless you stop her.
Rush to the door, I guess.
Princess eyes you with a disaffected gaze as you rush up the stairs, but you don't make it past the first few steps. The door bursts open, a powerful wave of water crashing down towards you. You're swept up in the flood. Your head slams into the basement wall. You come to a moment later, suspended in darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above. And of course, the princess, hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. There's no way out. It's so dark and cold, I think our limbs are slowing down. How much longer can we do this? Just keep breathing, we'll figure this out. Or we won't. It doesn't matter either way. But you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and clammy wraps around your ankle. You're dragged under, only able to take one last hopeful gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths. As you sink below the surface, you see it. Or rather, you see her. The body you found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle, the heavy chains pulling you both down into the unfeeling, suffocating nothingness. Just get it away from us, please. The past is the past. There's no changing it. There's nothing to fix. And there's not a lot we can do about the present either. Not unless we think, like we should have been doing all along. But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again. Your icy limbs flailing desperately against the grip of her rotting corpse. And all the while her ghastly figure stares down at you, expressionless, as unfeeling as the weight around your ankle.
Your lungs filled with water, the same as mine filled with blood. In the end, we're not so different.
But your lungs don't fill and both she and her bones are gone. Something is taking her away.
She's gone. And there's that.
Yeah, dead mirror.
Begging you. This, you're right.
Gaze. Tune.
calls me in the long quiet. Yes, this one is guarded sorrow. She saw herself as alone, but in the end had the courage to share with another. She will make for a deep heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally been heard. Nothing there is. She asked you want.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
So. Ich versuch's jetzt nochmal. Ja, keine Ahnung. Okay, dann.
This isn't a deck. You got that one. That's red. Yeah, you'll see. That's how you see. You that you see. Yeah, shit. Oh, what was with you? How this fuck? Oh, let.
So. Machen wir das nochmal. Schauen wir mal, ob wir was anderes machen können.
Yes, no. The back. She's your eye. You receive. Do you think she's upset with it? She doesn't seem. You aren't. Are you scared of a little?
Oh, das wollte ich nicht.
As you descend, this cell is a dark and isolated place. With a secret, she isn't. If she thought you to go for the
You were supposed to take me.
Keine Ahnung, du wolltest.
But she doesn't. You hear that? It is.
Ja, ich glaube, dass ich mit hier
I don't think dying ever feels good.
nicht reden kann. Rush for the blade, I guess.
Eyes you with a
Nee.
you come just what you don't your drugs. You sink below the surface. Just a but there.
Okay. Ich schätze einmal. Ich kann ja tatsächlich nichts machen. Yes. Okay. No, giving you the weapon.
The last time we met, your body tried to kill me. If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over. And if being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence. If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
She doesn't beat around the bush, does she? Yes, it's almost like she's a fundamentally bad person who wishes to inflict pain on others. Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course. But you should be aware of my position.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would... It's complicated. Ideally, this was supposed to be the situation right now. Wait, a contingency for you failing. Obviously. If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? I needed you to be in the dark for as long as and that's I get it. Exactly. The more you're fine. Yeah. Just give it a rest.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming. I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me. I'm extremely patient.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
Kann ich...
Usually you'd be right. But this isn't exactly a usual situation. I'm not someone you can wait out. We've already been over this. I'm more patient than you'll ever be.
if you don't give up now, then I have no choice but to slay you, I guess.
That attitude is exactly why I don't trust you to get close while you're holding a knife. If that's unacceptable to you, then try me. See what happens.
She sure was quick to threaten you, wasn't she? Stop hesitating already. You know you can't trust her. Both of them are using the same argument. It's not making it any easier to pick a side.
If you want to leave, I'm going to be the one with the weapon. Deal with it. If the princess in the basement. Ich frage mich, ob die beiden was ändern würden. Ja, okay, und ich habe hier Slay the Princess und hier nochmal Slay the Princess. Aber I just tried to cut her out myself.
Do you think these chains take away my saying things? I said no.
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly. The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her. I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if she walked up to us with a blade again, after what happened between us? How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you.
Let's slay her.
Steel your will and refuse to give in to the princess's demands, ignoring the stars dancing in your eyes and the screaming of your starved lungs. You strike. You fumble your first few attempts, only making surface-level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able to obey you. But a single focused blow was all it took. Your blade pierces up through her ribs, slicing through flesh, striking her heart.
No, that's kinda sad.
The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
None of this was ever very fair, was it? But I did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge. Unfortunately for you, that means you've dug your own grave. You can forget about me ever helping you again, even if it damns us both.
And just like that, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward. I don't like this. It was too easy. It was not too easy. We almost died. That's right. This was an incredibly difficult task, and you performed it admirably. Let's just get out of here. I don't like looking at her body. Plus, he said there'd be a reward. I'd appreciate a reward right about now. You have the attention span of a fly. How are we supposed to unravel the mysteries of this place if you're so easily distracted by empty promises? It's better to have a short attention span in a situation like this. There's no use dwelling on the past, especially when it's already set in stone, and especially when your promised reward is not, in fact, empty, and is worth all the adversity you've been through to get here. Fine, but if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it. With your work done, you're at the windows. Do you see the door?
Okay.
You open the cabin door. Only a world saved.
Ja.
This,
Hatten wir schon.
This isn't death.
Okay.
God, what? That's yeah. You're on a that's it's
Okay, wird das.
Still answers that was actually.
Wird das jetzt wieder das Gleiche?
Let's try.
Proceed to the cabin.
I'm sure you've got what we do, and we have a want here. That's what you say. We can't be sure of any. Okay, but
Why?
because
Is it?
yeah, don't let them make you second guess. For all we know, of course, maybe this is.
Ich glaube, das ist wieder exakt das Gleiche.
Before you can make the
Maybe it's gone because.
maybe
Approach the mill. Wipe it.
yeah.
So much.
No way.
Enter basement.
The door
door with the bed. She's your eye.
Passiert downstairs.
This is she got the problem so fast. Yeah. She had
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
Did
Yeah.
you do that? It did. Oh, yes, our student.
Ich weiß nicht, ob ich hier was anderes machen kann. Sorry, no, can you let me out?
Pathetic.
The water is rising. Oh, yeah, it just, so, yeah.
Theoretisch, wenn wir warten, bis das Wasser hoch genug steigt, dann sollten die Wellen, die hier oben kommen, uns nicht so viel mehr ausmachen.
If this is how you're choosing to spend your last breaths, I won't stop you. But it won't make any difference.
The water is up to your chin. You lose your footing. Bob. Suddenly, the door to the basement is thrown from its hinges as one light. You can just but you don't have your drag as you sing. I get it. There's a lot we can do about the press, but there is no.
Okay, das ist exakt das gleiche. Cut her out your own. Jetzt habe ich nur noch einmal Slay the Princess. Okay, I could just leave.
Oh, you bastard. You'll regret this.
The door locked behind us the last time we tried that, remember? As if by divine will, just as you finish the thought, you hear a door slam. I'm afraid you won't be leaving until the task is finished. Doesn't matter how many chains she's in, without your intervention, she'll find a way out eventually. That's not fair. Unless you deal with her right here, right now, she will remain an existential threat to the entire world. Huh. So it's not even safe to think.
I told you that you'd regret saying that, but I didn't think you'd regret it so fast, and with so little effort on my part. I guess we're stuck together.
You have everything you need to deal with her and save the world. I'm sure the door will open as soon as you finish your incredibly important task. Doesn't sound like we'll be able to talk him into letting us leave. Yeah, not a chance. He's single-minded about this. But don't worry. There are plenty of things that aren't in his control. Oh? For instance? Us. Her. But mostly us. If he didn't have his limits, we wouldn't be here. Not like this.
Könnt ihr mich selber umbringen? Ich glaube nicht, ne? Don't have much of a choice, I'm sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut it. I am not a damsel to be helplessly murdered.
As you move to an instant there around your...
Drop it, or you die.
Thought this would... How many times did I warn you?
Okay, was ist, wenn ich es jetzt droppe?
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
I'm going to pretend for both our sakes that this was a round of make-believe. A trick to get me what I needed to get us out of here.
That wasn't a trick. I'd have known if it were a trick. You just didn't have the guts to see things through and save the world. Or maybe we outwitted you. Who's to say?
But I wouldn't try anything else if I were you. Don't push your luck.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly.
You can...
What is she? She doesn't... Nah. Spiders, her hair...
Okay, dann ist das gleiche. I'm not sure I need to do such much of anything.
As if by divine
Oh.
will, just as you finish the thought. That's not fair. Unless you deal with her. So it's not.
How surprising. They locked you down here too.
Sit with him.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before.
There's fine.
That's reasonable.
Nein, sit closer.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
As you move toward the metal chains,
Drop the nut.
I can see where. I don't know. How many times did I?
Okay, das führt dann zum gleichen. Wenn ich sie jetzt gleich slaye.
Without a moment of hesitation, you charge the princess, your blade primed to deliver a lethal strike.
Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
As you move towards the metal chain,
Drop the.
what is she? I can see. I don't know. You steal your will and you fall, but the chains loose.
No,
And
unfortunately.
I don't. That's less. It's this fine. With your work done, the door.
Das hat auch nichts geändert. Jetzt bin ich mir unsicher, ob ich hier überhaupt noch was anderes machen kann. Ich glaube nicht. Ich gehe jetzt hier zurück.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one. I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
No, we're sticking to the plan. I had to leave. I was afraid I already committed to not saying. No.
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out.
Okay, warte mal, ich glaube,
Rattles the door. You do your best to shut her out of your.
das wird
Get out of
jetzt...
here. I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
Ja, das hatten wir, glaube ich, schon mal. Knall, go to sleep. Was ist das hier?
I could be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth.
So helpless.
She steps closer.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart
I'd say better luck next time.
Das hatten wir schon mal.
I'm sorry, everything goes dark.
Aber der Truth ist, dass ich hier auch noch mal was ausprobieren wollte eigentlich.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Außer das wird es jetzt der Teil, den ich glaube, dass es wird. Ja, take the blade. Into the basement. Ja. Das wird zu dem Teil. Continue down the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself... Are you... No, I'm... Going to leave.
Okay. Ich save hier tatsächlich mal. Ich bin letztens, glaube ich, links gegangen. Ich bin mir aber nicht ganz sicher. Oder bin ich rechts gegangen? Ich versuch's jetzt mal kurz mit links. Ich weiß aber nicht, ob das...
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
And you brought your little knife with you again.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerve. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... Okay, whatever you would... You sure about that? You have second... Yes, I'm sure. Again, you're...
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well.
She isn't attacking us. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven your weapon is still in your heart.
Okay, ich glaube, das ist das Gleiche. Ich glaube sowieso, dass es keinen Unterschied macht.
You turn to the right, faintly out.
There.
Ja. Do nothing.
Decide it's best to do nothing.
There you are.
As the princess approaches, your arms quickly fall. This is it. Yes.
Kann ich weglaufen, theoretisch?
Doing your best to put one useless leg in front of the other.
You poor thing. Wrong choice.
You get nowhere.
You're always going to be a coward.
She raises a hand to her like a creeping mold. No.
Let me.
Your exit.
Let.
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone.
Let me out.
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment, gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out.
Diagnosis. It forgets everything.
Let me out.
No.
Let me out.
This is all too much. I can't keep going. You can't keep going.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Yep, every chapter.
There was a princess,
Okay, ja, wie gesagt, ich glaube hier...
You turn back to the stairs, only to find a faintly...
Okay, ich bin mir relativ sicher, dass ich hier eigentlich auch schon alles ausprobiert habe. Leave the princess, sit with her, slay the princess. Sit with her.
You do as
Sit where you're told to. Leave the princess. Ich glaube, ich kann ja auch nichts mehr machen. Ich kann ihr ja jetzt eigentlich nur das Messer geben. Gehen. Oder sie slayen. Aber die Option haben wir ja schon alle aufgebraucht. Das heißt, ich glaube, ich kann hier nichts mehr machen. Ich glaube, ich habe hier alles gesehen. Deswegen... Shoot, jetzt muss ich kurz überlegen, weil wenn ich ein New Game mache, verliere ich Progress, maybe? Ist das überhaupt wichtig? Das heißt, ich müsste jetzt einmal durchspielen, technically.
Let me borrow that knife. Don't worry, you'll get it.
That's. But she seems please. Though if she is so, I don't know. Then let there and the pros.
Ja, also ich sag's jetzt mal so, Okay, I'm trusting you.
Slide it over.
No. Do you? I don't know. Yeah, sure. Got your. You princess.
Thanks.
She what? She.
Ja, keine Ahnung.
Oh, she is. There's her. Of course. What?
Schließen wir kurz den Run durch. Lift Basement. Over the door.
So good.
I'm happy.
We're not. Yeah, what he said.
What is it?
Still.
Ah, ja, nee. I'm pretty happy. I don't want to die again. I'm happy.
Great. Congratulations. You've earned it. More happy time passes. He's just saying things. The voices' protestations fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass cease.
Ah,
No, you stop that. Stop all this nonsense. You know what you have to do.
Okay. Ich hab being happy.
That wasn't real happiness. The truth is still out there for us.
Is there really no other way?
If it makes it easier for you, I can do it. Let me have it. Don't apologize. I'm sorry. Wait, why are you sorry? Your body lurches as your heart suddenly stops beating. Are you killing us? You'll forgive me eventually. You goddamn spiteful bastard. Why should it matter? That's all. Turns out collapse. Yeah. We'll see.
Ah, ich will doch einfach nur nicht neu. Ah. Ich kann natürlich auch einfach turn around and leave.
We've already seen what happens if we slay her. We might as well explore our surroundings. Get a lay of
Aber das dürfte
see what we can find. Wait,
Something isn't right.
genauso
You still hear
enden.
me?
what's going on? Where are we? I don't know. But it feels like home. Did we do this? Is this the end of the world? Was there ever even a world to end?
Oh, so denn das? The world around you is unwound. It's physical matter replaced by texture. Nothing else. It's quiet. Yeah. There's a distant rumbling and the sound of many sounds. Ah. Genau. True. So nightmare wake up. It's not.
You're on a
Ah,
path
chapter 1.
You're here to.
Okay. Proceed to the cabin.
Ignore.
Okay. Ich habe jetzt die Idee, ich könnte sie. Could I kill her without a weapon?
Hello?
This don't.
Wait, really?
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the street. She's beautiful. I am begging you.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it.
Okay.
Jetzt ist die Frage, kann ich sie... I gotta keep your... Ich habe jetzt überlegt, ob ich sie einfach umboxen könnte, ohne Waffe, aber... Something's not okay, I'm going to get you out of here, don't make me regret this. Can't believe that. Drift the blade, keep it locked away. Was ich auch versuchen könnte...
Thank you.
Okay.
You're making
I'm guessing.
Ich glaube, ich kann es nicht, aber...
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were to attempt to
Ja, turn to the stairs.
easy, there's a slight cheap as she rips her
Save the princess.
No,
And push the door.
no. What?
Aber jetzt waren wir sie
Okay,
nicht.
there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end. You bring the blade down to strike, but she's fast. She ducks.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to detect, but you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. Everything goes dark.
The Witch.
You're on a you're here.
Aber The Witch hatten wir schon.
She don't.
I guess. Enter the basement. Jetzt bin ich mir nicht mehr ganz sicher.
Something nasty.
Not
But
nasty.
you are. I recognize that voice.
She must. She's. Look, do you? You need. Fine. You're the boss. Thank. You can just make out the shape of the princess.
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair.
So, we've dropped the good.
She's acting like the two of you are. That's what you. I just don't.
So.
Do you think that being direct with your ill will frees you from its wickedness? Murder and betrayal are still murder and betrayal, whether you state your intentions or keep them hidden behind your back.
See, this is why we never tell people what we're actually thinking. She's.
Still, better a violent fool than a plotting coward. Better for me, I mean.
As you close the distance, readying your strike, the princess's chain falls from her wrist. She takes advantage of your split second of surprise and throws a fistful of dirt into your eyes. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. It's a shame we're playing opposite teams. This is why you couldn't just abandon her here. Left to her own devices, she would always find a way out. Now stop her!
You must have known I would be ready for you. Deep in your heart, you know the same things about me I know about you. We're both so very awful.
As you brush the silt from your eyes, the princess tackles you, flattening you against the dirt floor.
We were always going to kill each other here, weren't we? I can't trust you, and you can't trust me, and those doubts spin and spin and spin into hate.
She buries her teeth deep into your chest, tearing at... Great, she's distracted! Stab her in the back! In for a penny, right? Why not? As the princess rips meat from bone, you plunge your weapon into her unprotected back.
Ha, you bastard! Even face to face, you find a way to stab me in the back. I know you, and you're hideous, absolutely wretched. Just like me.
Maybe we are the same. So what? Throw her off us. Kick her in the shins. We don't have to fight so dirty. Of course we do. Fighting clean won't help us win. It takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the bottom of the barrel here. There's no point in pretending otherwise. Are we? At the bottom of the barrel. We've got dirt in our eyes and a chunk of us chewed out. If that's not the bottom of the barrel, what is? No arguments here. You're doing great. Keep playing dirty if that's what it takes. But if we win, we won't be at the bottom anymore. We'll have climbed a little higher. And once we start climbing, well, who knows where we'll stop? You'll stop right here if you keep daydreaming. Don't let yourself get distracted thinking about what comes after. None of us ever said we stopped fighting. What a low and vicious fight it is. Eyes gouged, skin scratched bloody, hair ripped and nails broken. Every rule there ever was in the book of honourable combat. Both you and the princess have broken 12 times over. That's nice and all, but are we winning?
No.
Nobody's winning. I thought playing dirty was supposed to give you the upper hand, but I suppose that doesn't work if you both sink to the same lows. Still, at least you're not losing. The princess cackles maniacally as the fracas continues. But behind her cackle, you hear the low groan of warping wood. Wait, what's going on? We're establishing a newer, better pecking order. No, the groaning thing. Why is the wood making noise? Who cares about the groan? It's just a sound. Things make sounds all the time. I care about the groan. Doesn't that mean something bad is happening? Oh, yes, well, I'm afraid that's the sound of the basement getting smaller.
Do you hear that, you pathetic wretch? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
Excuse me, what? You and the princess disengage for a brief moment, just long enough to get your bearings. Behind you, the basement door has been sealed over, thick roots barring your only exit from the dirt pit. And slowly, but very perceptibly, the roots are closing in on you both.
That's right. They're coming for you. And they won't stop until there's nothing left down here but them.
What about you?
As long as you suffer while you die, I'll gladly suffer with you. Especially if I get to see it happen.
This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe you kill us both just to fight. See? This is exactly why you've been tasked to slay her. She's an antisocial monster who will gladly burn the whole world for her satisfaction. The roots grow ever closer. We know. We can see them.
Come on, go for it.
The princess once more, and once more the two of you fall into a vicious brawl. The basement continues to shrink as you fight, but neither of you pay it any more mind. Not until it's too late. The roots twist around you both, binding your limbs and rendering you helpless. As your fates close in, all you can do is watch her, and all she can do is watch you. At first it's almost gentle. The two of you lift it delicately off the ground. But the cradle of the growing roots soon gives way to tightness, and that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict. The sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living basement. Tears well up in the princess's eyes, her own bones splintering and flesh swelling with trapped blood. but still she smiles through it all.
I can't wait to do this again. You wretched little thing. I hate you, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
The pressure is unbearable.
Oof, Jesus.
You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding as everything tightens. And then you pop. Everything goes dark. And you...
The Wild. Okay. Oh.
His gaze put
No.
Okay, jetzt sind wir hier.
Yeah, it's...
Nothing.
You can't just passively exist forever. I don't care if it was the cabin that killed you, because it seems to me like she was the reason the cabin could even do something like that in the first. You need to remember that you and the princess are enemies. Don't let bygones be bygones. Remember what she's done to you and how much it hurt.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hatred and the schemes. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So
Spoken like,
I'm not.
but it feels.
Please.
Don't look!
She's trying to hold you. No, you can't bury that feeling.
The past doesn't have to exist. Our freedom is
The
within
Past
us.
does exist.
We just have
Ja,
to
aber das
Why? You
bringt halt auch nichts. Das hatten wir auch
this,
schon.
that.
Twist hier. Shadow the Cage.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
This.
Where did
I beg. This is...
Yes, this one is like a shadow of me. Do not mourn her. She has found what she... Nothing, as we are. There is... Bring me. You will...
You're...
Okay, was kann ich jetzt noch
You make your way
probieren?
up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, will not ignore. The blade.
Also, Betrayal führt zum Gleichen. Ich weiß aber noch, eigentlich von mindestens... Ich habe noch mindestens 2 Sachen gesehen, die irgendwie möglich sein müssten. Ich glaube, ich muss dafür aber die Blade wahrscheinlich nehmen.
Focus on the...
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I haven't decided yet.
How about you
Look how reasonable. Don't you dare.
Tiny grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed.
I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
You stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you? You squint even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever.
Thank you. Maybe now we can...
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship. Oh,
You know.
Locked. Xander Chains of Slay the Princess. Mir gerade nicht sicher, was ich noch machen kann.
Doubt, a moment of distraction. It feels holy, though she's unarmed. The shot your blade. We can still.
Ich könnte hier vielleicht. Ich könnte hier vielleicht was machen. Seite 1. Ja, nee, komm. Seite 4. Ich fliehen locker in der Basement.
It's a good idea. Fine.
do you really think you can just walk out of here?
She steps towards you, ignoring her chains. They creak and strain as she pulls against them until finally they break. The links clatter to the floor, useless. She's free. Hurry! You push your broken body as she closes in and just barely manage to pass the threshold of the basement doorway before she catches up to you. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall. It isn't long before you start to drift off.
I know you're still.
As
When I
Ja, es wird wahrscheinlich. Yep.
so helpless.
Ja, okay. Finish the job.
you and excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted, Dak? Can you not feel all those the two of you
Oh, this?
The princess gasps.
You put up more of a... Do you really...
But you don't have time to... You're
Das wird jetzt wieder zum.
You take the blade. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase.
Doch,
Her
das
fierce
hat man.
voice.
Is that another challenger?
This isn't what she sounded
Wait.
like last time.
Another
Her voice is a little
challenger.
deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to
Oh,
you.
habe ich in den.
You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess,
Ich glaub, ich
not
hab-
to have a good fight.
Ich glaube, ich habe in den anderen Versuchen die Waffe dann nicht mehr genommen.
As you descend the final step,
Ah,
the princess
yeah,
comes into
okay.
view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall.
Ja, genau. Das war das, was ich noch wusste, was eigentlich passieren müsste.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Ich spreche einfach nochmal. Why the fuck not? You look different.
You look exactly the same.
Alright, fine. If you're not going to address it, I will. What? You've already met the princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just openly talk about all that without me noticing? Maybe. You did seem to just gloss over the whole thing for a while. Of course I glossed over it. When a colleague says something insane, glossing over it is one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving forward. Enough is enough, I believe. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. You don't know. Whatever brought the two of you back to life isn't a fluke. And beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm not okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
Just because it bothers you, I'm going to take this even less seriously. You don't know the depths of my apathy. No, I don't know what you're talking about. I never died.
Don't try to lie to me, just please take this seriously.
Agreed. We can't win unless you treat this fight with the gravity it deserves.
Okay, so you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
But I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first. Like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done. Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
Step towards the stairs. You hear the heavy creak of straining metal, and then a snap. She's loose. You have to make a decision, and you have to make it fast.
Die. Run like hell. Dodge the side and counterattack. Turn and fight her head on. Okay, team. Run. Run like hell.
To scramble up the stairs before the princess can reach you.
You coward.
You practically feel her steamy breath on the back of your neck, but you manage just barely to throw yourself over the threshold and slam the heavy stone doors behind you. You're safe, if only for a moment.
Do you think this door is enough to hold me? You're not getting out of this. I don't care how many things I have to break. I'm getting the fight I want.
Cabin shakes.
Oh, Jesus.
The princess throws herself against the basement door. It's huge and made of stone. We're fine, right?
Of course we are. Any second now she's gonna break through that entryway. And we're finally going to get to do what we came here to do.
Impact shakes the cabin, a massive gash splitting its way up the stone doors.
She comes.
The doors explode outwards, shards of stone clattering against the walls as the princess emerges from the basement.
Stop running.
We're doomed! In a fit of violence, the princess explodes across the room and closes the gap between you. You do your best to defend yourself from her onslaught. You're sorely wounded. For every wound you inflict on her, she inflicts 2 on you until, finally, you're no longer able to so much as stand. Your body is giving out.
Giving out? No, nobody's giving out. We're just getting started.
Don't be delusional, it's over. You fall to your knees.
Is that it? You're supposed to be tougher than this. Come on, get up. Keep fighting me.
No, this isn't right. Listen to me. Listen to her. We can do this.
We can't.
Why won't you get up?
She kicks you in the chest, splinters from your shattered ribs stabbing into your heart and lungs. Your vision starts to swim. Finally, her face, twisted into an expression of disappointment and fury, fades. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods.
If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner?
No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive.
Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that.
There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here.
Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act. You can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say. Not for me. It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too? Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now.
I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase. The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. The only space is out there.
Take it.
Ich save jetzt einfach nochmal schnell. But there's no way forward, there's a mirror.
A mirror? But there is no mirror. But there isn't a door. There is. Circles, circles, all of it circles. There's something for us at the end of the room. The what and the why don't matter until we know them.
I agree with the freak. Let's get a move on already. Worst comes to worst, we can smash it.
Wahrscheinlich werde ich aufgehalten.
We can try to survive without our steel claw, but you've marked us as easy prey.
Okay, ich kann es doch machen.
Approach the door to the basement. It's a bit grimy. You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
How about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
Those chains were nothing to her last time. They'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember every crack and crevice. You'll need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face droops.
There you are. But this time you don't even have that little knife. Do you think this is a joke? Do you need me to break those fragile bones again to remind you how serious this is?
She's bubbling, hot with rage. We can't get close if we want to live. But we'll be able to draw her out of here. She's hungry for us. I know I said this earlier, but I really have to stress how thin of a razor's edge you're on right now. We know the only way out is through the eye of the needle. And we're going to win. We'll need the steel claw. Grab it as we leave. Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow!
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
Steel claw, now. Continue towards the door, vulnerable and unarmed. No, I can't let this happen. I can't let her leave with you. And what are you gonna do to stop that? I don't know. You try the door, and oh, what a relief! It's stuck. Bash it open, please. You can't.
I think you forgot something.
You feel the burning pain of something long and sharp driving through your back. It slices its way into your organs until finally it exits out the other side, sticking into the wood of the door with an echoing thunk. She killed us with our own weapon. Great. We needed to take it. We're not dead yet. It's not over till we can't get up again.
Coward. All of this is so wrong. This isn't how things are supposed to be. This is so cold and disappointing.
Your body pinned to the wall, you crane your neck to see her final approach. She is enveloped in complete lethality, and there is nothing you can do to stop her. I really didn't want it to have to end like this, but your death in here is better than her freedom. See you all next time.
But the next time doesn't come, nor will it ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns. Yeah, bridge the mirror. Gaze. You've grown. Ich glaube, dass ich...
This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
I'm ready to go back.
I await your return. We will meet again.
You're on a path.
Ich hab hier gespeichert, yo. Ich Approach Middle trotzdem. Jetzt.
You reach
I've
for
been
the
clean. Continue the basement.
to her face.
There you are. Do you need me to break the?
She's I know. We know. The only way and we'll need this bloody desire. Without this, you
Jetzt nicht, aber der Blade.
So you do want to fight me? Good.
We're almost. Don't think about almost. And we'll take the. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the ground. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me! Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head!
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
Actually, I want this. You're free now.
The princess scoffs.
Free? This is just another place. This is just... What is this? Where are we? This doesn't feel right. It's cold. I feel so tired.
Ich denke mal, ich bekomme kein Achievement, wenn ich jetzt... Any thoughts?
This one yearns to grow. Do not mourn
Yeah.
her. There is still much to be seen. Neither of us know the depths. We will meet again.
You're
Okay,
on
no.
a path.
Okay. Then... The mirror. Can't smash
Your
it.
fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Before you go, you to her face. Bloody blood without
Take the blade.
and be swift.
Von right into my trap.
Oh, we'll see about that. Traps aren't real. The only thing that's real is bloodshed.
She charges, fully determined to end you in a single move. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes. It could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we? You just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. More. Keep going. We can't stop now. You spy an opening. This time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing. These blows are nothing to us. But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong.
And? Then what happens?
Okay, cool. Jetzt nehme ich's mit.
Take the blade. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any. You step always a bit. You reach forward and drag with the air her voice. You go to her. You remember. You turn to her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling! Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
Can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. I really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Why don't you want to be free? Why do you insist on fighting me to the death?
This again? What does free even mean? Here and there, none of that matters. I'm always in a body. I'm always in one place. Why do you act like you know me better than I know myself? I had what I wanted. I had something perfect and it ended. And now that it's gone, you just keep dangling it in front of me. It's more than teasing. It's cruel. It's cowardly. It's selfish. I know what I want. And I'm sick of waiting.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run. Without hesitation, you turn back as you near. Good. You reach the
What is...
well and will in hum glance.
There's...
Two of these. You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Charging me head on. Brave and foolish.
Her body braces for impact, anticipating the clash. That's where you're both wrong. Left, now. As the princess strikes, you strike. Before you can right, you move out. It's not yet. Or you
Yeah.
the floor.
Okay. That's the same again.
You could
Touch the mirror. Wipe
reach
it
forward.
clean.
Go.
Continue.
It's the
What? So go on. Make the first move.
Come on, Slay the Princess.
boys. Impatient. This is her home, not ours. You're going to let her kill us. You charge headlong into the princess, blade flashing in the dim light of the basement.
Yes! Finally, you get it!
For a moment, the scales feel that it isn't long before they tip in her favor. The cuts and bruises you've inflicted seem little more than superficial, barely so much as slowing her down as she continues her onslaught. You, in contrast, finding it harder to stand as your body gradually becomes less responsive, less powerful, less stable. You can tell she's trying to make it last, but all it would take is one meaningful strike. The coup de grace.
This was good, but you could have been so much better. I'm beyond you now.
Here it comes. I'll see you all on the other side.
Okay.
You could. You sports it. You reach forward with the air of go. You remember and you turn her face. It's the
What? So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going...
Bloody desire.
Ah, okay. Ich hätte gedacht, vielleicht kommt sie wirklich freiwillig mit uns mit und... Oh, why not take the blade?
Good.
Approach the mirror. Wipe it clean. Continue to the basement landing.
To her.
That's the
So go on. Make the first move. Don't
step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains. The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I'm not.
Bloody desire in a run. Without hesitation.
Okay, ich glaube, ich habe hier alles. Then we can do this. So. I should hear the free.
Free her? You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
Who says I want to be free?
Are you sure we want to look a gift horse in the mouth right now? If she doesn't want to leave, doesn't this whole situation just work out for everyone?
There's nothing out there for me. The only thing I care about is right here. All I want is to keep knowing what it feels like to kill you and be killed by you. I want to feel that knife split me open. I want to feel your bones snap beneath my fists.
I think I'll just let the princess speak for herself here. Leaving her in the basement isn't an answer. You have to make a choice. And there's only one choice worth making. Fight her. Win.
Yes, attempt to
I'm
free the
sorry,
princess.
did I hear that? Did you just say you're going to try and free her? She doesn't even want to be free. Exactly. So beyond the apocalyptic moral implications of letting her out, how do we even think that's going to work? I mean, we have a weapon, right? We could always just cut her out, yeah? While she's trying to kill you. Yeah, why not? And then what? Do you think she'll just follow you out of here? Maybe. I don't know. It's worth a shot, isn't it? No.
We're doing it.
Actually, no. You're not. I have a responsibility to the world here, and I'm not just going to let you throw yourself into a scenario where the literal best outcome is the end of everything. Until you come up with any other idea, your body remains standing rigidly in place. What do you think you're doing? You can't just order our body around like it's some sort of doll. Watch me. Your left arm lifts towards the ceiling and twists into an obscene gesture. See? I can make you do whatever I want. So what? You barely managed to lift our arm.
What are you doing? What is that? Why are you moving so weird?
The princess, taken aback, flashes her own rude gesture in return. Hey, decision maker. I want us to fight her as much as he wants us to kill her, but this is boorish. Just ignore him. If you want to try and free her, I don't think there's much he can do to actually stop you. You know what? Fine. Blade in hand, you charge forward to try and free the princess from her bindings.
Finally. I have no idea what you were just doing, but I'm glad it's over.
Slash across her wrist, her elbow comes crashing down on your skull. An unsettling crack echoes in your ears. It's a devastating blow. Your body crumples to the floor, limbs suddenly refusing to respond. This might be it.
That's it, huh? You've gotten really soft.
Everything goes dark. Really? In just one blow? Yes.
Oh, come on, that's hardly fair. You're not dead. You're just flipping the table over.
It is what it is. You're dead. Finished. Over.
Alright, fine. This whole thing's a frustrating mess anyways. We're better off with a fresh start. I'll see you two next time. You're strong, but you're bullheaded. This isn't a fight.
Hat er
It's
grad
a puzzle.
Voice Acting
She's
gefilmt?
stronger than us. We can use
Okay, führt das jetzt zum gleichen? Ich meine, das Chapter heißt gleich.
bring your fist. Yeah.
Ja.
We bet you turn her.
Ja, okay. Das ist das Gleiche. Können wir hier dann überhaupt eine andere Entscheidung treffen?
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
Step forward, and then a snap. She's loose. You have to make a decision and you have to make it fast.
Ach, warte mal, habe ich hier nicht auch gespeichert sogar? Ha. Da.
Are you... Okay. The princess barrels into you and smashes your body into the rough stone wall. Why, for the love of everything, did you decide to do that? It doesn't matter, because everything goes dark and you die. Great job.
No. Come on. We can't be dead. We didn't even get a chance to fight her.
I'm not the one who decided you should die here. If you have a problem, take it up with the one making the choices. Dead is dead.
The Fury, oh, das ist... Oh Gott.
And at the end of that path...
All right. Change of plans. No more hesitation. No more dying. We're taking the fight straight to her.
If we had a chance against her, we already missed it, didn't we? She got stronger, and we stayed the same.
We've seen her bleed. Whatever she is, she started out mortal, which means she probably is
Was sind das für Geräusche?
mortal, which means we can win. We just didn't take things seriously enough.
Was ist das hier?
If that's what you want, then fine. Enjoy being beaten to death again and again and...
You're stuck here with us too. For all you know, we'll never get to leave this place until we get it right. Well, this is just great. Let me cut to the chase. Clearly, you've already been here. Yeah, you think?
Actually, I don't think we have been here. This is all different, isn't it?
That's a good point. Everything here is a little... off. Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that. Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is distorted. So you knew this could happen. You knew we'd be able to restart like this. I know all sorts of things, which is why you should listen to me. That's not really an answer. Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. Don't worry. We only need this one last go at things. You'd better hope that's true. And don't let that inflated ego
Jesus.
get in the way of doing your job.
What's the point? We might as well just give up.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
Ah, yeah, proceed to the cabin.
Good, we're all on the same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within, as I'm sure you already know. End her. That's it? No final words of... I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard. That's fine by me. Let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch. The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps from cracks in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat. That's horrible.
It doesn't matter.
The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
Okay, ich spreche jetzt einfach nochmal. Und ich beschreibe den ja jetzt einfach. Ja. Yeah, take the blade.
Take the blade for good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
Mirror again. Get to the basement. Okay, approach the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. Almost as if you don't see it. But you must, because it's right there in front of you. All we see is a damn mirror. It's a bit grimy. Why don't we wipe it clean? Wipe what clean? The door? The mirror. What are you talking about? You're standing in front of a door. Whatever non-door thing you think you're looking at, it isn't real, because if it were real, I'd know about it. But it has to be real. It's right there. Let's just smash it and get it over with. I'm ready to get violent. We won't be able to see what's in there if we smash it. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time. You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement.
Schöne Tür.
As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Haben die einen Kazoo hergenommen für den Background-Track? I think that's a kazoo.
You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odour an oppressive violence, the metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers of charred remains. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
So you've returned after denying me the salvation of combat? Are you here to gloat? Are you here to mock what I've become? Do you think that if you let me kill you enough times, I'll suddenly soften and repent for sins that live solely in your head? Well, we've tried that, haven't we? Now come down and see what your refusal has done to me. See how much you can bear to witness the consequences of your actions.
But I don't want to see what we made. Can't we just give up? Blade, no blade, it's all the same. We can't beat her. Not anymore. We can. You're just a quitter. I want to see.
Okay.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
Oh, das sieht cool aus.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you. What can we even do against someone like her? She has such power, such beauty. Stop that. We can win. We just have to lose our fear.
I don't know, ich kann ja nochmal schweigen.
No! No more words! There is only the truth of violence left between us.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. A horrifying squelch
You are unwound.
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever. Huh. I feel cold. I've never felt cold before.
To the words, you do not die by her hand. Nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory
She's gone,
returns.
and there's this.
Oh, Jesus. You've grown.
Flickering lights, an empty city. Whenever you are ready. This one is desecration. She placed the weight of her agony on you, yet it is she who unwound herself. But there is passion and empathy in her misery. She will make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found peace.
Okay, then ready to go back.
I await your return. We will meet again.
You're on a path.
Yeah, I'm on a path. Not on a path anymore. I'm going to end you.
You'll try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Your heart free of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow.
It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
Horrifying squelch. You are
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going. Huh.
Okay, das hat jetzt noch nicht viel geändert. Wenn ich das jetzt mache.
your heart free.
It's now or
Horrifying.
I hope. Huh.
Oh. Nein, nicht override, ich will load. Ach, ich komme so in Save-Menü. To end you.
Horrifying.
I hope you were. Huh.
Okay, keine von diesen. Ich will in die Preferences. Come on, let me preference. Also habe ich hier keine.
If you're sorry, then you'll stand. I don't want a sniveling coward. I want to squeeze the life out of a ferocious heart.
She bound.
I hope.
Okay. Und wenn ich.
You swipe them up, but you reach as if on one.
Ich meine, im Prinzip dürfte sich nichts ändern.
You make your way to the bottom of the chain.
Do you?
Then she it doesn't matter. I refuse.
Fight back.
Still unarmed, you charge towards the princess.
it's now or never.
Horrifying.
I hope.
Ich habe jetzt ja geschaut, aber ich glaube, ich hatte gar keine anderen. Also, die Dialogoption war anders, aber ich glaube.
You reach as if on one. You see her voice.
But
Ich glaube, dass nichts anders ist.
You make the chambers.
Do you?
There's not then. She wants to. We don't even. It doesn't matter.
What happened to you?
Time happened. You happened. But none of that matters. We're together again, and I'll have what you denied me. I hope.
Ja, ich glaube, dass sich hier nichts mehr ändern wird. Egal, was ich mache, ob ich jetzt das Messer nehme, ob ich das Messer nicht nehme.
You make the
Do you?
There's not then. But then she wants to. It doesn't matter.
I refuse to go out any way that isn't kicking and screaming.
You stand. Horrifying.
I hope.
Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, habe ich das schon
Oh,
gemacht?
you.
She's loose.
Ach ja.
Decision and you have to make it fast.
Keine Ahnung.
Fine. Here we go. Let's make this count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across the princess's chest, splitting skin and drawing a jagged line of bright red blood. But she's unfazed by your onslaught. Her expression barely changes as her fist collides with your ribs, cracking them like twigs and driving you right back down to the basement floor. She almost looks disappointed in us. What?
Oh, you don't actually get it, do you? That knife may be sharp, but you clearly don't want to kill me. It's not fun if you hesitate. It's not fun if you try to trick me and make me bleed out. It's only fun if you go straight for the heart. You need to put everything you have into seeing me dead. Or what's the point? So don't be afraid. Don't hesitate. Kill me.
Don't let her get in your head. You've only got one shot at this. She's huge, but that probably means she's slower than us. Take it slow, think it through, and don't panic. Bleeding her out is our best course of action. Don't listen to them. She understands something that they don't. The only way to win, the only way out of this is through her. If that's your plan, then that's your plan. Push off the ground, ignoring the pain in your ribs as you charge at the princess once more. You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle. No, we can do this. Just keep pushing. We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm. You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison. But as you tug the blade free, the princess slams you down onto her knee. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. And you find yourself in midair, effortlessly tossed across the room. You hit the floor, your ribs complaining painfully, but you can feel the hilt in your grip. You still have your weapon. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. Do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter. Everything goes dark, and you die.
If you weren't so damned afraid of what she...
Good. With a singular focus, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count, all right.
You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
We're not gonna win if... The princess's grin widens as the two of you push against each other, her fiery eyes and masochistic glee practically lighting up the dreary cave.
Yes, you get it, don't you?
Are you really going to make me explain it? Look at how evenly matched we are. Nothing exists outside of us. It's just you and me, dying and coming back, clashing against each other. Forever.
That's not what's going on. There's an entire world at stake here.
Don't you all get it? The fate of the world doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is this fight.
And look at us. We're both so much stronger than we were last time. Think about how much more we can become. Nothing is better than this.
She's right. Imagine how much further we can push each other. Imagine how strong we can be.
I warned you on the stairs, and I'll warn you again. Don't get caught up in emotion. Remember why you're here.
Yeah, I hate using words. They're so clumsy.
Your balance is suddenly thrown off as the princess pulls you into her knee. It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. As she strikes you again, you hear the whine of straining metal, and then a snap. It would appear that she's loose.
We're fine.
You barely have enough time to notice before the princess follows up and smashes her forehead against yours. Your grip loosens from the impact, the blade still wedged in her arm as you tumble to the cold stone floor.
I said we're fine.
I didn't say you weren't fine. I was just describing what happened. You might not have said as much, but you certainly implied it. It really doesn't matter. The princess glances down at the blade embedded in her arm, but with near total ignorance to pain, slides it out of its sinewy prison.
You forgot this.
She tosses it.
I'm just jumping the gun a little here. We each died once, it doesn't mean we're immortal.
How much more proof do you need? Would it help to watch me rise from the dead with your own 2 eyes? Fine, go ahead. Stab me in the heart. See what happens.
The princess throws open her arms, exposing her chest. Is she really just going to let you slay her? Do it. Do it right now, before she changes her mind. Hold on. What if this is a trick? If she's leaving herself open like this, there's only one way we can strike at her. For all we know, she's 3 steps ahead of us.
3 steps ahead of us. Have you met her? This isn't a trick.
And how would you know that?
Because I wouldn't think to trick us. So why would she?
That's a great point. So please, stop hesitating and end this now. The princess remains unflinching as you run her down, her stoic expression once again curving into a knowing smile as the pristine blade buries deep into her heart. Did she really just let us do that? Apparently, yes.
See you soon.
And then she stumbles back into the wall, the blade still lodged firmly in her chest. She collapses to the ground. She's dead. It's over. It's finally over.
But it can't be over. She said she'd be back.
I know that the two of you had some sort of weird bond, but look on the bright side. Now we don't have to die. Isn't that nice?
No, it's not nice. I wanted to fight her forever. This is shit. It's not fair.
Life isn't fair, but what's done is done, and whether you like it or not, the entire world is in your debt for saving it from ruin. I'm sure in due time you'll learn to live with yourself. Let's just get out of here. Yes, that sounds like a splendid idea. Fine. You remain where you are and watch over the princess's corpse. She remains dead.
Does she now?
I'm telling you, she's coming back. She said she's coming back.
She's not.
She is.
She's not coming back. She's dead. Your blade is embedded in her heart. You slew her. It's over. I don't know how many more times or how many different ways I need to express this objective reality before it finally makes its way through your dense skull.
How many different ways have you got left to express it? Because it'll take a hell of a lot more to convince me that she's not coming back.
Oh, I've got plenty. Can the two of you stop arguing?
No!
I'm not the only one who just saw her eyes open, right? What are you talking about? For the millionth time, she's...
Yes, I told you I'd be back.
alive. We're shit out of luck, aren't we?
I knew it. I told you all that we should believe in her. This is perfect.
And you waited for me. I knew I could count on you. I knew we were connected.
The princess staggers to her feet, one hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade you buried in her heart.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we? Let's go again.
She pulls the weapon from her chest, barely wincing, and hurls it at your feet.
You know what to do. Again.
But she came back. What's the point of fighting her if she can just do that? All of you need to settle down. This whole situation is coming dangerously close to untethering. She clearly never actually died. You just missed her heart, that's all. Oh, we just missed her heart? Oh, of course, that's all. You were the one who said we hit her heart. You were the one who said it was finally over. Well, I guess I had it wrong. You guess you had it wrong? Aren't you supposed to know everything? I never said I knew everything. Nothing. It means nothing. I shouldn't have said that. But you did say it, so it means something.
Oh, stop bickering over nothing. Our destiny is right in front of us. Pick up the blade and go to her.
Okay, fine. That is what I meant by untethering. Do you hear him rambling on about destiny? He's lost the thread, and if you lose the thread, you won't be able to save the world. And what is that supposed to mean? I don't have to answer that, and I'm not going to answer that. Why the bloody hell not? Because right now, there's still a razor-thin chance that you're able to get your act together. There are patterns of thought out there that beg to be finished, but once you finish them, that's it. They change everything. There's no going back, and if I say anything else, you're going to finish one of those thoughts. What?
Not going to say the process can't die. I'm not going to think it. Lie. Oh my god, let's just fucking save, I guess. I guess the princess can't die.
Yes. Exactly. Like, the princess can't die. I tried, you know. I tried very hard to make this work. Yes.
No.
Like I said.
Shit. Voice of the Eye? I don't think that resignation. Also, I don't like that resignation. Are you sure we can just unthink it? Yes, like I said, I'm afraid some thoughts can't be unthought. I'll be back in a moment. I'm going to pour myself a stiff drink if I'm going to see the end of everything I thought and not be sober.
So I was right. Why are all of you so glum? This is perfect, isn't it? We get to experience greatness and battle and triumph forever.
Well, I think it was the stubborn one who said, your destiny awaits, right? No, hold on. There has to be another way. What if we just leave her down here? What if we run away? What if we convince her not to end the world? You can't reason with her. Ending the world is her fundamental nature. It's not a decision she can flip on and off. It is her. And what exactly can't we leave her down here? Because all it would do is stall the inevitable. And what's wrong with stalling? Oh, there's plenty wrong with stalling. The end is still the end, and I'd rather face mine head on. Oh, you mopey ass. Why did you even ask us to slay her if it was going to end like this? Because it didn't have to end like this. If you don't mind, I'd rather not spend everyone's last moments arguing with you.
It's time.
Yes, I suppose it is. If we fight her forever, then maybe she can't end the world. Maybe everything can still work out. I guess we'll just have to see how things play out.
Don't you get it? You don't have to shuffle your feet. What comes next is going to last forever.
With an unbreakable determination, you snatch the blade from the floor and stumble back to your feet. Both you and the princess quake with adrenaline as your eyes lock across the basement floor
No.
and share a knowing look. There's a lot of flowery description coming from someone who thinks he already knows how this is going to play out. Oh, indulge me, will you? Me knowing how this is going to play out is exactly why I'm being flowery. Let me have just this one thing, alright? Alright. Here it comes. The big finish. Free from hesitation, you close the distance, both you and the princess ready to end each other. Your blade digs into her neck, grinding against her vertebrae as her fist connects with your body and... Wait, no, really? What happened? Why did everything go dark? You died. That blow was apparently lethal. How anticlimactic.
You don't get it, do you? We're not dead. We're stronger than this. So stop whining and get up.
Saying get up is not going to change the fact that you're dead. How dense are you?
Funny that you're calling me dense when you still haven't figured it out. We can't be dead. We're just like her. All of you need to wake up and enter the new world.
You know, maybe he has a point. If we're dead, how are we still talking? Because you being dead is reality. Because it says right here that you're...
Wait.
Well,
alive.
that's right.
I thought I lost you there, but you've figured things out, haven't you? Good. The two of us can finally be together.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. Sometimes you manage to strike first, and sometimes she tears through you before you have a chance to act. But more often than not, each of you fells the other in the same moment. And then you get up and do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. We're all still here. This is all gonna be okay. Isn't it? Isn't it?
But he doesn't answer the voice. Oder he? He'll never answer. He's gone. Ach, he wahrscheinlich der
What
Narrator.
are you waiting for? I'm right here. Do you think this is... What is this place?
Did we do this?
Huh. I didn't think we had it in us. But I guess that stuck-up control freak was right.
It's the end of the world, isn't it?
Far from it. We're still here. And she's still here too.
The princess stumbles and her body
I
slumps.
feel so... tired.
Don't get a chance to respond. Nobody ever. It's time to leave now. Where's the time? Approach the mirror. Approach her.
This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine. Do not mourn her.
Das ist das
We will
Gleiche.
provide her with the
Okay.
growth she fought. We will meet again.
You're on a path.
Okay. Like, the princess can't die, don't you? Well, it's too late for that. I think we've all thought that one. Okay. Not going to say the princess can't lie?
But you did think it, didn't you? I tried, you know. I tried very hard to make this work. I don't like that resignation. Are you sure? Yes, like I said.
So I was right.
Well, I think it was the stubborn one. No, you can't.
Okay.
OPS.
Klick. Wohl.
Because it didn't have to end like this.
It's time.
Yes. If we fire...
Don't you...
Ja, nee. Wahrscheinlich ändert das auch nichts, weil ich meine...
Yes. Exactly. Like yes.
Mhm.
Like I said. So
It's...
yeah.
Ja, schon da, das ja, I guess,
You did. Yeah.
achso, ja, das glaube ich hatte ich schon, aber ja, macht nix. Aus. Hm. Macht's was anderes, wenn ich das jetzt mache?
Here we go.
Oh, well,
You can pull it out when
Keep pushing.
princesses.
Yes. Yes, you're right. We don't even need to talk about it.
Your balance is suddenly collides with you as she strikes you again. We're You barely have enough time to notice. Your grip loosens from. I said, you might not. It really.
You for
She top.
I don't think I'm done fighting. I don't think this is healthy for either of us.
You're kidding, right? You can't just give up. What do you think you're doing? This isn't fair. This is even worse than deciding not to fight me from the beginning.
Can't get up.
Stop moping. You're fine. Now get up.
What are you made of? Tissue paper? I didn't hit you that hard.
You might as well just kill me because you're not going to change my mind.
Is this a trick? Are you tricking me? Because why would you? Why wouldn't you? Gah!
The princess's shoulders tense with fury as she storms towards you. You can see her face flush, her knuckles going white as she clenches her fists, her entire body trembling with a burning rage.
Can't believe you're making me watch this.
Fine. If you want to die like a pathetic little worm, you can die like a pathetic little worm.
I guess I'll see you all next time. She reaches down and grabs you by the throat, lifting your limp form and slamming it forcefully against the wall. Her eyes twitch as her grip tightens around your neck.
She sure is taking her time, isn't she?
Why? Why are you letting me do this? Why are you making me do this? Why won't you fight back?
Because stuff doesn't matter anymore. Does it fighting this, fighting, not fighting, what does any of this matter? Because there's more to this than just fighting each other. If letting you kill me is how I can show you it's worth it. Just think it's kind of funny. Care about you and I don't want to hurt you anymore. Yes.
Care about me? What is that supposed to mean? If you cared about me, you'd fight me. You'd understand, but why are you trying to make me think?
Her grip hardens, and you feel a horrific pop in your neck. She releases you, your numb body crumpling to the stone floor as your vision starts to fade.
What am I supposed to do without you?
I guess I'll see you all next time. I can say that now, right? We're dead?
Great. I can't wait to be stuck in this useless body all over again.
everything goes dark, and you die.
The Fury.
You're on?
Oh, you blood and
Aber der Fury hatten wir schon. Oh Mann. Ich dachte, wir hätten vielleicht was Neues. Oh.
You make your way.
Do you?
There's not then.
way that isn't kicking and screaming.
If you're sorry, then you'll stand and fight. I don't want a sniveling coward. I want to squeeze the life out of a ferocious.
She bounds across.
I hope.
Ja, komm, lass mich laden. Ja.
You haven't decided? We talked more than enough last time. Do you really have anything else to say? Or are you just stalling because you're scared I'm going to kill you? If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
Alright, fine. If you're not going to address it, I will. What? You've already met the princess? princess has already met you. The two of you killed each other. Did you think you'd be able to just... Maybe. Of course I glossed over. You don't...
Das hat man schon. Just because it bothers you. Gut.
Great. Focus up and... Blade held tight in your hand, you take a cautious step towards the princess. You stop a few feet short of her reach, her chains taut as she stares down at you. She's a lot bigger than I thought she was.
Why do you sound so scared? We can take her.
Well, what do you want? Because every second we waste talking is a second we could spend killing each other instead.
Why do you want us to kill each other?
Why wouldn't I want that? Why don't you want that? It felt good last time. It felt right. And it makes sense.
Can we just, I don't know, spare a little? Maybe there's a compromise where we can all get what we want. Nobody has to die, and the world doesn't have to end. Good. Okay.
Sparring? That's just play fighting. It isn't real. What's real is when my flesh splits open. What's real is when you keep getting up until your legs can't hold you. What's real are the things we do to each other when the only options left are winning and dying. That is the only thing I'm interested in.
Why you want to just fight me? Does that mean you won't end the world?
The world? If there's a world, I haven't seen it. There's you, and there's me, and there's the ground beneath our feet. Why would I care about ending something I've never seen?
And you want to be free?
Free?
The princess glances down at her chains.
Oh, you mean these? They're just metal. They're nothing.
She steps forward, her bindings creaking under the pressure of her strength. And then they snap. It was only a matter of time, but she's loose. Dear Lord. What do we do? You took the blade. How about you use it?
Exactly. We do exactly what I've been telling you to do since the second we got here. We fight her, we kill her, we win.
What? Did you think you were safe standing right outside my grasp? The only reason I haven't drawn blood is because I want to make sure that your heart is in it. I don't like fighting someone with a weak spirit. But go ahead. Keep trying my patience.
You have to figure out why we're here.
We don't. Because I know why we're here. We're here to kill each other.
We're here to kill each other? It sounds like she doesn't care if she dies here. Maybe we can use that to our advantage.
How boring. I'm not interested in watching you try and outwit her. I'm interested in overpowering her. We shouldn't need to use any dirty little tricks to win.
I don't mean... why are we here existentially? I mean quite literally. Why are you in this basement? Who sent me here to kill you? Why me? Why you? There are answers out there and we need to find them.
And then what? I'm still going to want to coat these walls in our blood. I know what I am. I don't need answers. I don't need to care, because I already know what I am. I've already found my purpose.
The princess flashes a sinister grin.
You.
Does she mean her purpose is killing us?
No, she means fighting us. She means both of us getting stronger through sheer pain and will. The fear of death no longer able to hold us back. Just start stabbing her already. I'm sick of all this anticipation. We're ready.
What are you trying to do? Do you think pacifism is going to win her over? Because it won't.
Right? This isn't fun. This isn't interesting. It's pathetic and coward.
Oh, you tease. I can't believe you'd go through all the trouble to bring a knife down here and then refuse to use it.
Let's see if you still feel that way once I start beating you.
You stand your ground as the princess thunders across the basement floor, her shoulders tucked low as her fierce, unblinking gaze locks onto yours. You don't see the impact, and you can't say for sure if you even feel it, but you hear your bones splinter, and you can feel your feet leave the floor as you're hurled bodily into the unflinching stone wall.
We're fine.
Are we fine? Are we really? No, you're obviously not fine. Your body is broken.
Enough games. Pick up that knife and fight me.
Your eyes, swimming with a concussed delirium, look down in confusion at your now empty hands. It takes you a moment to drag your vision across the floor before you manage to pick it out amongst the stalagmites littering the basement. It's sitting at the princess's feet.
Here, let me lend you a hand.
She bends to the floor and pinches the tip of the weapon between her fingers. She stares down at it in mocking disgust before hurling it towards you. It lands at your feet with a pathetic, tinny clatter.
Why aren't you saying anything? Is this some sort of trick? Are you tricking me? Or are you really that fragile? Because why would you? Why wouldn't you? Gah!
The princess's shoulders can't.
Fine.
I guess I'll see you all next. She should. Hardens. I guess I'll see you all next. Great. I won't be sick.
Ja. Ich bin mir nicht sicher, ob es hier noch was zu holen gibt.
What? You are.
Achso. Keine Ahnung, das soll wahrscheinlich alles nichts ändern.
Here we go. Oh, we'll make it. As you bridge the sheet, you can see.
Oh, that it's not. You need to.
Don't. If that's your plan, then you can feel full of when the princess.
Are you really? Nothing exists outside.
That's not what's going. Don't you all get it?
And look at us.
She's right. I warned you on the stand.
I hate using words.
Your back lies with. You barely have your eyes. You might not. It really. You and the princess attack each other once again. Wait, does that mean we're dead?
No, it's not.
But it is over. Well, are you going to live? Wait, no, that can't.
I told you. I told you this wasn't over.
What about her? The blade went right through her heart.
What about her? If we're fine, then she's fine.
No, she's dead. She has to be. No!
Right.
We're all shit out of luck, aren't we?
I knew it. I told you.
The princess rises from the ground, staggering slightly, one hand wrapped around the hilt of.
We don't even need to start over anymore, do we?
She pulls the weapon from her chest. You know what? But she, all of you. Oh, what you? With your. Yes. And then you get up.
That was a good one. More.
You and the princess exchange dozens of devastating blows. And then you get up and.
What are you?
Ja, ich glaube, ich bin hier ziemlich durch. Ich würde noch ganz gerne eine Sache probieren. Gibt theoretisch 2 Sachen, die ich probieren will. Hätte ich da noch einen...
This one yearns to grow.
Ja, jetzt immer das gleiche, true.
You're on a path.
Ich könnte das ja relativ schnell machen. Oh, ich habe tatsächlich keinen Speicherpunkt dafür. Cool, okay, dann.
You're here.
Ich werde jetzt die Princess.
How many times do
Wait, come down.
she's my
Hi, I hope.
Okay, ich werde sie jetzt befreien.
They're large.
I'm guessing.
Made that.
Maybe there's some... Or if...
If we witness... Easy... There's a...
If I...
Sheep the sheep for you.
Search the princess.
Cut the blade. No.
Product door. Oh, weil ich gesagt habe, ich rette sie, kann ich das hier nicht mehr anklicken.
Stop that.
Something...
Your body lunges.
Ha, interesting.
Blade. She... What? She... Can't open with your...
Jojo. The cabin.
I show...
The cabin.
The interior of the...
Okay, ich könnte jetzt auch den Dolch nehmen. Ich speichere hier jetzt. Ja, basically, I don't know.
Yes. That's what
Rescued.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done. What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
You died, and now we're talking.
But before we started talking, did the world end?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips. Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
Honestly, the world sucks.
I can't believe the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world. I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
I point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you. Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out. But have you seen her angelic face? She should get a pass. She just wanted to make us happy. By destroying the world? Apparently, yes.
I'm sorry about what happened last in the narrative.
Other version of me was pushed to such...
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. That's because she thinks she
Okay. Rescue the princess.
No. You're what? I'm not. I'd listen to him if I were you.
I'm free.
Really? What do you want to do?
Yes. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never...
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? So gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Okay, man, I'll save, I guess. Yeah. If I want to leave, then let's leave. Do you want to end the world?
Are you seriously asking her that?
Oh yeah, I'm asking her that.
Even over this one, I do want to end the world.
There must be I want you to tell me.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh no, 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 we're entering this again. If you want to leave, I just want to leave, we can figure out the rest later. I want you to make me unhappy.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy, I can make you unhappy.
Okay, this isn't going to work. I guess you have to want to happy.
That sounds perfect.
Oh, phew. We're back to normal. Normal? What are you talking about? Our angel has always been like this. Ab the princess, we have each other. I like to think that you do. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh. And what happens after we walk? Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time?
Oh no.
She's right. It isn't fair. Enough with this true love Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passion. You listen.
Yeah. Do you think you can open it?
Well, I don't know. Do you think I can?
Of course she can. You believe in her, right?
Jesus Christ.
He's leaving this basement.
Yeah, I think you got this.
Okay, let me try.
The princess tries the handle, and the lock clicks, and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I told you she could do it. You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing.
Oh no. Yeah, I mean I can do it later.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking.
That's the way out. We're going to leave.
Yes, I suppose you are going to. And then you step outside. A happy ending at last.
We did it.
Yeah.
What should we do now?
Where did? Oh, is he gone?
I'm cold.
He's cold. Quick,
This looks so sad. Approach the mirror. Gaze into the reflection. You've withered. You have withered.
I am a belonging chorus of contradiction. Tides ebbing and flowing all at once in the directions that my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
There can't be contradictions. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
Es könnte vielleicht sein, dass ich alles nochmal machen müsste. Weil ich glaube, ich so das ein oder andere... Was... Och. Mein Stream ist, glaube ich, gerade ausgefallen. Tatsächlich. Mein Stream ist kurzzeitig abgebrochen. Also ich glaube, ich müsste tatsächlich nochmal alles machen, weil ich habe, glaube ich, ein oder zweimal New Game gedrückt und dann resettet er alles. Also dieses erst it's you, dann you've grown und jetzt you've withered. Das you've withered habe ich noch nie erreicht. Ich glaube, das liegt daran, weil ich mal ein New Game gemacht habe. Ich glaube, ich müsste alle Enden nochmal versuchen. Nochmal alles zu collecten.
I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Oder das Spiel merkt sich das trotzdem und ich habe halt ein paar mehr. Aber ich habe halt angefangen mit It's You. Und sonst war ich halt vorher immer bei You've Grown. How can you stand to be contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion. Just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. No.
It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
Do you know what you want to leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truth, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us.
Loving Vessel. Ja, okay, gut. Ich habe das anscheinend noch nicht gebracht.
You're on a path.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, try together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door and... Look, I told you.
This path is already worn by travel and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
Wait, what?
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you?
Okay. Just deny. What did I just do? Okay. Just deny me a new path, I guess. Okay. So. Jetzt will ich sehen, was passiert, wenn ich die Waffe
You take
nehme.
the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies. Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's
To the basement.
the door to the basement, but it's still a stone base. A soft voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her. My love! You know she can't. She may. Oh, your spirits.
It's you.
Did you hear that? And she called flat. That's right, Vil. Well, only because he made us try. You've done. We did nothing horrible for you. Now, we.
Okay, ich hab jetzt die Waffe.
This path is already worn by travel and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again.
Wait, what? Rescue her? What? Don't you see how? No, she's her because I'm not.
Okay, ich bin
One of us.
hier
No.
tatsächlich.
Not on my watch. You. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot. I told. You'll go. Let me guess. End the spoken with the rank cynicism.
I don't actually know.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You're so gullible.
I think I want to.
The princess, and then she.
I don't know. What do you?
Are you seriously asking?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Okay, we'll bring.
Okay, so whatever we do next, we should not let her out. She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me.
I just want to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you.
I just want to make you happy.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only one? She's got it. This.
Okay, bin jetzt aber. Hä? Doesn't matter. Ah, what do you think about this?
This one is soft and delicate.
Ja,
Molded. Do not mourn her.
genau das
She has
gleiche.
served her purpose. I will be here when it is time for us to meet.
You're on a path.
Oh Gott.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to.
Bin mir jetzt nicht ganz sicher, was ich noch tun könnte. Ich meine, klar, ich könnte jetzt die anderen Endings nochmal alle versuchen, falls es jetzt wirklich so sein sollte, dass ich so gesehen geresettet hätte. Proceed to Kevin. I mean, I could just try to kill her again.
Great. She focused.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
You step.
Oh, I'm so.
You feel.
This is it. I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to. Do you actually believe this was enough?
It's like she's. Yeah, but it's over. Is it over?
Of course it is,
Yes.
she's dead.
Exactly. Why do I feel like you did kill? But that day is. You open the cabin door. Only what? Everyone is fine. This isn't an ending. This is what's best. Time passed. Really? Complete the event?
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Are we really good? Because I have an idea.
God, it's weird.
Out of here. The blade. I can hear everything you say, little. He's right.
God,
the
it's
only way
weird.
out.
Das war letztens nicht.
Do you hear that?
Es ist dann vielleicht, dass ich...
Take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
Dann habe ich meinen Progress
Genau.
vielleicht doch nicht verloren.
How astute. You
Hm.
are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but Looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy. If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end.
Spectre.
You're on a you're here to...
Sit to the cabin.
Oh, she will love... The interior of the cabin is cold.
Oh,
A soft odor of dirt permeating the air.
ich glaube, das hatte ich noch
In
nicht.
the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Take the blade. Enter the basement.
I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
So stupid, Take the blade. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait,
This
isn't right. What's going on here?
I'm on a chains.
Ghost! Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying.
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
Do you?
Princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again, if we wanted to.
I see you brought that annoying knife again. So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
Killed you, what are you doing not being dead? Do you know why you came back? Stop playing the victim, you threatened me last time. Did she? I'm sorry I killed you last time, I shouldn't have done that. Oof. Oh my god, wie viele Options habe ich jetzt wieder?
I don't feel very bad, but I guess I'm not dead. So you must have only mostly killed me. Or maybe death is only mostly real, but it's also mostly not real. I'm not sure. I'm just the one these things have happened to, not the one with all the answers. Or any of the answers.
But we're not a ghost. Unless we are? Death, at least as a form of permanence, is just a concept. And clearly it's not a very useful one anymore. Maybe we should throw it out entirely. See, this is why I didn't want you to talk to her. Death is not just a concept, it is an extremely real phenomenon. Don't let her distort your reality. Cold, hard facts exist. The truth exists. It has to.
Your body's right there, though. You're dead, buddy.
The princess glances back at the bones lying on the floor.
It's just a body. Do you believe these bones? Or do you believe me? Because those bones aren't talking to you.
She's seeing things pragmatically. We should do the same.
Do you know why you came back?
How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me. All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
And where are you supposed to be?
Just where is home, I wonder?
I don't know where home is. I just know it isn't here. But I can feel it calling to me from someplace far away. Wherever I'm supposed to be, it's out there.
How specific. And how convenient for her. You see what she's doing, right? She's suggesting that the only way you can rid yourself of her would be to let her out, which, in case you haven't been listening, will spell the end of the entire world.
Is there any way I can help you get home?
No, those bones are just a body. They aren't me. Bury them. Smash them. It won't do a thing. But you can help me. This place won't let me leave. At least, not alone. I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? We could probably walk out right now and everything will be fine. Hasn't got out and can't get out are two very different things. It'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
After all, you owe me.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
This would just be temporary, right? You leave once you're out of the cabin.
If I'm able to. But for all we know, that's not how it works. Maybe I'll wind up stuck with you for a long time.
Don't much like the sound of that. It's crowded enough in here as is. It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body. That is a very dangerous train of thought.
To agree to anything, we need to talk about what happens after you leave this place. I was told you would end the world.
And what? You just believed that? You killed me without giving it any thought? That's cold.
That's rich coming from her. Every time she touches us, it's like we freeze over. She's right, though, but that's neither here nor there. What's done is done.
What we do from this point forward is all that matters. Let's try not to let emotion get the better of it.
Obviously, it was wrong of me to believe that. How could you have ended the world if all it took to kill you was a knife to the heart? What are you going to do if I help you get out of here?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just fade away. Finally able to rest once I'm free from my unfinished business. Maybe I'll find someone to haunt. Maybe I'll haunt you. It's a tough question, asking someone what she's going to do with her life.
The princess leans in close and pauses, the frigid air between you stale and unmoving.
Especially when that someone is dead.
She pulls back with a playful giggle.
I don't think most living people could answer that, either. Does anyone actually know who they are or what they want?
Okay. Well, where are you going to end the world?
I don't know. I just wanted to leave. I still just want to leave.
I didn't answer my question. Do you want to end it? But yeah, okay. I mean, I could. Okay. I've given it enough thought. The answer is no. I can't let you out. No, let the princess possess you. Yeah, why not?
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over? I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels heavy right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
The princess. I can't think straight. There's too much noise.
It's okay. We're almost out of here. Just take it one step at a time, and everything will be fine.
Everything won't be fine if you listen to her.
One way or another, this is all going to end. Wouldn't it be nice if he ends with it?
Wouldn't that be nice? There's only one way to find out.
Was here safe? Leave the basement.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do. Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world? It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world. Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you for as long as I am able. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen. You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle. But you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next. Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see...
Nothing.
Yes?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world? We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eye emerge from your body and stare up at you.
I'm out. You actually freed me, didn't you? I'm sorry. Thanks for giving me a second chance, killer.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memories return.
Is that a...
Approach the mirror. Gaze into the reflection. You've unraveled. Jesus. Ich hätte jetzt nicht gedacht, ich habe jetzt in... Es gibt Progress.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Hell no. Is that a rhetorical question? Do you know? Or do you...
Rhetorical. I am not rhetorical. I have only known these spaces, and I have known flickers of the lives you've brought me. Short and violent and full of passion. But all of those flickers end where the long quiet begins. I'm asking you because I cannot know your mind. Do you know what we'll find out there?
The trees and stars and there are people, I think, at least. There are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart. Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the Westers had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
If he does, I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. They are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to go to kill him. But you're going to keep that to yourself.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours. If I did, I would already be awake.
Okay.
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Oh, Jesus. Ich brauch noch ein anderes Ending. Aber ich weiß nicht, wie. Anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation,
Yeah.
and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the...
Okay. This is the last stage before completion. I'm not going back, I'm just going to stay for... Yeah, I'm ready to go back.
The next... I will be here.
You're on a path in the woods.
Oh ja, warte, ich speichere tatsächlich. Dann habe ich hier einen Speicherpunkt, The Path in the Woods. Ich werde es aber jetzt für heute hier erstmal belassen. Ich werde mal überlegen. Ich meine, ich werde jetzt dann als nächstes erstmal hier weitermachen. Aber ich denke, dass die nicht zählen werden als neue Vessels. Da muss ich mir überlegen, wie ich an eine neue Vessel rankomme. Wobei ich halt auch zugeben muss, ich bin ja hier auch nur zufällig hingekommen. Das heißt, vielleicht schaffe ich morgen nochmal irgendwas Zufälliges. And yeah, maybe. Vielleicht können wir es abschließen. Ich weiß noch nicht mal, ob das Spiel ein richtiges Ende hat. Das werden wir sehen. Genau, vielleicht schaffe ich es, vielleicht schaffe ich es nicht. Ich schätze aber dann, dass der morgige State of Princess Stream wahrscheinlich der letzte sein wird. Schätze ich jetzt mal. Ja, wie dem auch sei, wie gesagt, ich beende jetzt für heute und ich schaue morgen weiter, ob ich irgendwas Neues schaffe.